Stay tuned. Nations massive Robinson all the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Kaji. That's it.
Yes, a very good afternoon. Karibuni sana to another episode of the African Diary Show. Happy Monday. I'm hoping you've had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Yes, karibuni sana once again. My name is Katie, and of course, this is the Black Watch Fire Network, and of course, this is the African Diary Show. That was a zero sufuri over there. The jam is Magode Choke. I hope you did get to jam and to eat as we're getting started with our show for today. Karibuni sana once again. I see baby Jojo in the building. I see Miracle Baby in the building. Purity na kucheki tena sana. Draco001 karibu sana as well. And to all the silent listeners who are with me on the radio station. And also, I see we have some people on YouTube, and to all those who are looking forward to join me on Facebook as well. Karibuni sana once again. Remember to keep it interactive with me, and also remember to tell me how is your day going. Happy second week of 2024. I hope your Monday has started on a positive note. Yes, and on today's episode we shall be discussing different matters, and the main focus of the day is about African love and generosity that surprises the world. And for a fact, Africans are so loving, Africans are so generous, and leave alone generosity, leave alone love. Let's talk about African kindness, and like these people are just cracky, they are just loving, and this is what we're going to focus about today. And this comes after I've seen rumors have it that Congo, or the Congolese government, is in talks with the Israeli government on how the Gazans can come and settle in Congo as the war continues in the country, or is in Israeli. But anyway, we shall be talking about that, because also rumor has it that there is a plan to relocate Palestinians in Africa as well. So yes, we shall be discussing that and more of different matters happening across the African continent, and also this famous pastor that has been charged with the rape. Yes, he has been charged with the rape and other. This is Pastor TB Joshua of a mega church, and he has been accused of rape and torture for worshippers. And this is not even the first incident we are hearing about these pastors. And of course, remember there was a notorious one right in the 254, of which we talked about for quite some long time, Pastor Mackenzie, who was not like this person, you know. The funniest thing is that this person was charged with different cases or different charges, but one of the things we hear from the court, or from the hands of the law in Kenya, is that he was charged with filming without a license. But those are not even the things we want this person to be charged with. But remember, we had so many lives that were lost in that church. We had a graveyard where so many bodies were discovered or unearthed, and it is just crazy. So we shall be talking about Pastor TB Joshua later on. Remember, there was some other matter we were talking about last week. This is about the Ethiopia-Somaliland deal, and right now we have even a minister quitting his job because of the deal. And also the president, Somali president, says that, or he said that the whole deal was null and void, and he actually signed a law to nullify and illegalize the deal between Ethiopia and Somaliland. And this is just crazy. I don't understand why Africa can't just decide to wake up and work together. But anyway, those are some of the matters we shall be tackling on today's episode. Karibuni sana once again. In case you're joining us for the first time, karibu sana, feel at home, talk to me. You let me know, how are you doing today? Where are you tuned in from? And how is your Monday going on so far? Yes, we started off our show with an amazing jam. That was Zero Sufuri. The jam was got a choke, and we are hoping to go back to our jam, so that we will be back with our quote of the day. And in case you have a quote of the day you'd love to share with us right here, kindly feel free to talk or to share your quote of the day with us right here. Shout out to Robert Wesley. I see you in the building. Karibu sana, and thank you very much for joining us. I hope you're doing great on this wonderful Thursday afternoon. And in case you have a quote of the day you'd love to share with us, kindly feel free to talk to us or share your quote of the day. This is Suicide. The jam is a stem and no featuring Skilo. I hope you get to jam onto it. Remember to come back with your quote of the day.
Basi aliniambia niko mbali na leo, ni utujere na tungevuka ile tugeni. Mimi ndo demi na kuna mbali ya mbele na chani mbishi kapesi na josi DLP. Kifo imechamushi kila saa nikachipita. Nikanda hasma, nikanda kadiamita. Kila kituoni wanataimini msisi. Nikanda lazima kushika mzini. Ulikuwa poa before kutinga. Ulikuwa naokoa ukashindwa kulinda. Sema roro unationa umefika. Kesho nikanda lipaboa kupiga. Hapo kibonga mbaya unazauliwa, hiyo kibanja sana utashukiwa. Tulia usiforce baraka utafikiwa, simganga na roga pa unasikiza siwa. Unalala kwa mtaro na moko, Alejandro nasikia una moko. Kwanza sema no, kwanza sema no, hiyo ujinga. Unafika siku na pesa mfukoni, ukifika sioni ndoto ufoni. Kwanza sema no, kwanza sema no, hiyo ujinga.
My quote of the day says that these are people who hate you, but they follow you these are people who hate you, but they follow your every move. They criticize you, but they follow you. They don't like what you do, but they follow you. Everything you do bothers them, but they follow you. Imagine their fans in denial. And there's always those people. Whatever you do, they follow it. They pretend to hate you, but they're always following. They criticize you, they're always following. Shout out to the homie Ty anasema you never gave feedback on my songs, Trauma Bond and Sinner's Prayer. Wow. I don't remember. Was I supposed to do something? I think you should text us on our WhatsApp number, because even if you tell me right now, this is not even a musical show, I will get to forget about it. But anyway, you can talk to us via our WhatsApp number 0705 428 388. I bet you talked to a different person. It was not me. But in case there's something we were supposed to do for you, kindly text us on our WhatsApp number 0705 428 388. Si kwa ubaya, I hope you understand. But I see Beat Guru and is with us. Thank you very much for the follow. I see somebody. Why would you have such a name? Somebody is called the Skia Umbwa. Oh my God. But anyway, shout out to the homie Ty, Beat Guru, and to the rest of the silent listeners who are with us on today's episode.
Living condition, I have to situation, flagrant is your friend in a way, we can my friends, we shall say, Nabashikisha, what is the current, when it's charged, when it's bench, special judgments, my friend, can we police on the quantity check, reality check, I take some project, Nalipi warrant, Nanyambiaje, Nalala Contarona Moko, Alejandro Naskia Moko, Kwanza sema no. Kwanza sema no, hiyo ujinga. Unapiga simu na pesa mfukoni, ukifika sioni ndoto ufoni. Kwanza sema no, kwanza sema no, hiyo ujinga. Unalala kwa mtaro na una moko, Alejandro nasikia una moko. Kwanza sema no, kwanza sema no, hiyo ujinga. Unapiga simu na pesa mfukoni, ukifika sioni ndoto ufoni. Kwanza sema no, kwanza sema no, hiyo ujinga.
The Black Fire Radio, and listening to the African Diary Show with Cathy. That's it.
Yes, welcome back to the African Diary Show. I hope you did get to enjoy that amazing jam from Tiwa Saida featuring Kilo. And just like I promised you, I want to head straight to the matters of the day. And remember, I promised you to talk about different matters. One of it being about this pastor, a notorious pastor from Lagos, Nigeria. He's called Pastor T.B. Joshua. This pastor has been accused of murder. Sorry, not murder. I'm sorry about that. He has been accused of a rape and also different. Like he has been charged of rape and torture, and also different charges. And this is after his church members or his church worshippers came out and talked about the whole incident and how he has been doing things crazily in the church. And remember, this is not even the first incident we're seeing from pastors. Remember, there was a notorious one, just like I mentioned, right here in the 254, called Pastor Mackenzie. And Pastor Mackenzie was accused of different charges as well, and to a point that we found more than 400 bodies buried at his land. But it is just crazy with how Africans, we decided to be morons, or to be followers, or to be worshippers, rather than even to be like more of work people. But anyway, what is happening is that evidence of widespread abuse and torture by the founder of one of the world's biggest Christian evangelical churches has been uncovered by BBC. Dozens of ex-synagogue church of all nation members, 5 British alleged atrocities, including rape and forced abortions by Nigerians late TB Joshua. The allegation of abuse in a secretive Lagos compound span almost 20 years, and the synagogue, a church of all nations, did not respond to allegations, but said previous claims have been unfounded. TB Joshua, who died in 2021, was a charismatic and hugely successful preacher and televangelist who had an immense global following. And it's always like that. These people have a very great following, and they are always doing great according even to the government, even to the nation. They're always like the best pastors. But on the other hand, when they get now to talk about the dark side of these people, they are always like, these people are very dark. And it's just crazy that now they're talking about a dead person, and I'm wondering now, how will this even help? Because this person is already dead. I thought you are even doing the investigation or uncovering the whole situation, or uncovering or bringing the evidence so that we would arrest this person. But anyway, this is a person who is dead. He died in 2021, and it doesn't even make sense to do a whole investigation about a dead person, because the justice you're looking for, because I believe people report cases for justice, but the justice you're looking for, you'll never find it because the other party is dead. But dozens of eyewitnesses, accounts of physical violence or torture carried out by Joshua, including instances of child abuse and people being whipped and chained. Numerous women who say they were sexually assaulted by Joshua, with a number claiming they were repeatedly raped for years inside the compound. It's just crazy, because at the end of the day, now you're telling us the truth. We don't even deny that. We even don't know about the whole incident, but you have come with enough evidence that this thing happened. But what do you want us to do for you? How do you want us to help you? Because at the end of the day, we know very well you are prisoners of that religion. You are prisoners of that church. You will still go back there. The pastor is dead, but remember, this pastor has his own followers. So maybe this thing is still happening up to date. But how do you want us to help you? Because at the end of the day, we know very well that you will go back to that church at the end of the day. But multiple allegations of forced abortions inside the church following alleged rapes by Joshua, including one woman who says she had 5 terminations. Multiple first-hand accounts detailing how Joshua faked his miracle healings, which were broadcast to millions of people around the world. This is just crazy, because this is what happens, and I'm not even surprised to hear this, because we know very well. We have the likes of Pastor Kanyari, who was also like his fake miracles were also broadcasted right here, and we were shown how he faked his his miracles. So at the end of the day, this doesn't come as a surprise to me. But anyway, one of the victims, a British woman called Ray, was 21 years old when she abandoned her degree at a Brighton University in 2002 and was recruited into the church. She spent the next 12 years as one of Joshua's so-called disciples inside his maze-like concrete compound in Lagos. Well, I thought we were in heaven, but we were in hell, and the hell terrible things happened, she told the BBC. This is just crazy. How would you be lied to that you are in heaven and yet you know, but man, this religion nonsense has to stop. But anyway, this story has not even, like, it has no merit of talking about it because this person is already dead. So what do you want us to do? It's okay. This story is being spoken right now. It is everywhere. It is on the BBC. It is on the African news. It is on every news site. But they are talking about a dead person. This Pastor Joshua died in 2021. So how do you want us to help you, or how do you want to get justice? How do you want to get justice? Because I believe there is no way you can get justice if you are assaulted by a dead person, or if you are assaulted back then and then the person died. So at the end of the day, there is no justice. These people are going to they just have to now heal and move on with life. They have to heal and move on with life. But anyway, other than that, we also have different matters. And remember, there was this story I focused majorly on last week. This is about the Ethiopia-Somaliland deal, and we were so happy when we thought that Ethiopia and Somali had come into an agreement and signed a deal where they shall be sharing a pot, or they shall be, Somali shall be giving Ethiopia an access, or the access to the port of Berbera. But right now, it comes as a disadvantage to the people of Ethiopia, because at the end of the day, they signed the deal, but right now the Somalis are like, no, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. I see Professor J is asking, what's your name? My name is Katie. Yes, Karibu Sana. Thank you very much, Professor, and Karibu Sana. So, I was talking about the matters of Ethiopia and Somali, and I was mentioning of the incidences that are happening. Last week on a Friday, I talked about Somalis citizens coming out and saying, no, we don't accept the deal. And they actually demonstrated about the whole thing. Right now, I've seen this minister who has quitted or resigned from his job just because he says he doesn't agree with the deal, and I've seen the Somalian president nullifying the deal. So where will our Ethiopian brothers and sisters go? And what is this nonsense of African people thinking that they cannot work together? Because this is nonsense. And problem with even the Somalian president saying that the whole deal is null and void, and he is not agreeing to this. Shout out to Katukuri Chokora. Thank you very much for joining us. And it doesn't make sense for me where we have African people who still think that we are different, and who still thinks that we cannot work together as African people. Right now, we have the Somalis outside demonstrating, thinking that we cannot share a pot with Ethiopia. And the reason they are saying that Ethiopia is going to expose them to a lot of terrorism. My question is, look at between these two countries, we know very well the two countries are at war, or it's like a war zone. So we know very well in Ethiopia there is a war in Amhara region, and in Somalia there is a war, or there is attacks every now and then. We know very well Somalia, it doesn't even go 3 weeks without these terrorism attacks. So I'm wondering, between yourself and Ethiopia, who is going to create more insecurity? And instead of coming together and working towards uniting and also curbing the problem of insecurity between the two countries, you also think that you cannot even come together. It doesn't make sense. It feels so sad because right now we have the Somaliland minister quitting over port deal with Ethiopia. He just said that I quit because I don't want. It's just like the way I can come here and say, I'm quitting because I don't want to work with these people around here. And it doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. And African people, we should be woke by now. This nonsense of saying that I cannot work with these people, I cannot do this with this, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But shout out to Smile 254 Maureen. I see you in the building. Karibu sana. I also see Beast Mod Bill. Karibu sana. I also see somebody saying, I like your topic. Thank you very much. And as we get to continue, we're talking about Somali and we're talking about Ethiopia Somaliland deal, of which right now has been nullified, so it's not there, it's no longer there, and these two countries, or Ethiopia, is not going to have access to the port of Berbera. And it's very sad because at the end of the day, we thought that this was a great move when we saw the two countries coming into agreement and signing a deal. But right now, we have the citizens saying a no to this deal. It is not even the government. This is the citizens coming and saying, no, we don't okay this. But anyway, Denny has been re-elected as Somalia's Puntland president, and President Said Abdullahi Denny has been re-elected as the leader of Somalia's semi-autonomous region of Puntland after months of electoral disputes, and he was voted back with 45 votes by members of Puntland parliament on Monday. And you know, it's just crazy with what is happening in Somalia, because now we have a different parts doing election, we have another parts fighting against a deal, and it is just crazy with these two countries. But anyway, let me get to read you what is happening in the Somaliland deal, or with the Somaliland deal. The defense minister of the self-declared Republic of Somaliland has resigned in protest against a deal granting Ethiopia access to a seaport in a breakaway region of Somalia. Abdi Mahed Ateye criticized the Somaliland President Musebihi for not consulting the Council of Ministers on the port deal with Ethiopia, saying that they heard about it from the media. Imagine, this is what they are saying. Mr. Ateye hails from Somaliland's Agol region, where Ethiopia reportedly wants to set up its military base in the coastal town of Lugaya. Its memorandum of understanding reportedly gives landlocked Ethiopia access to the Red Sea in exchange for its recognizing Somaliland as an independent state. Somalia has termed the deal of an act of aggression and recalled its ambassador to Addis Ababa. And there are reports that Ethiopia's ambassador to Somalia has also returned to Addis Ababa amid a diplomatic row between the two countries. This is just crazy, and I feel like now there's a lot that is needed to be done with these African people. There's a lot that is needed to be done with African people, because we're talking about unity, but we have the citizens forcing even ministers to resign just because they don't feel like this deal is right, or they don't feel like we can work with the Ethiopian people. But on Saturday, Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud signed a law nullifying the memorandum of understanding signed between the government of Ethiopia and Somaliland. The simple move comes as the Ethiopia and breakaway Somali region announced a deal on January 1st, and as a part of the deal, Somaliland plans to release a 20-kilometer stretch of land along its coastline to Ethiopia to establish a naval base. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said at the signing. Somaliland President Musa Bihi said the agreement included statements that Ethiopia would soon recognize the territory as an independent country. That is where the bone of contention lies. Somaliland had always contested the legally binding character of the state of union, which was to form an unified country after Somali and Somaliland respectively gained independence from Italy and Britain. It is just crazy, and I feel like this is not good, and this is a lot of madness. Somalia has described the move as an act of aggression and recalled its ambassador, and the AU chairperson urged Ethiopia and Somalia to engage without delay in negotiations process to settle their differences. And Ethiopia lost its access to the sea when Eritrea ceded in 1993. Ethiopia has been using the port in neighboring Djibouti for most of its imports and exports. But I feel like now there's no diplomatic role right here. It's just one country, and the one country that is suffering right now, it's Ethiopia, because Ethiopia it's yearning so bad to have the access to the port. But now the people who can give them the port are like, no, we can't. So the one country suffering right here, it's Ethiopia. And it's so sad that this is happening to Ethiopia as a nation. But you guys can let me know what you think about the matter as we get to continue with our show for today, because I feel so sad that Africans cannot just decide we will work together as African people. We can work together as African people. Shout out to Anthony Babayao, I see in the building. Shout out to Mzeki Para. We're going to you to Mzeki Para. Shout out to Katukuri Chokora, I see you in the building. You said you're in South Africa. I hope you are doing well in South Africa, but I see Wenhag in the building. Shout out to you as well as we get to continue with our show for today. So, I want us to get to the main focus of the day. And our main focus of the day is about African love and generosity to other people. And I feel like it surprises the world. Yes, African love and generosity, that surprises the world. And why am I saying this? African people are so loving. Yes, we're so loving. We're so generous. It's for quite few of us. But I believe African people are so loving. African people are so kind. African people are so welcoming. And this is the problem, and this is what has always been the problem. The love, the generosity, the wholeheartedness has always been the problem. Right now, rumor has it that Palestinians will the Palestinians, or the internally, or the displaced Palestinians or might come to settle in Africa or will relocate to Africa. Also, rumor has it that the Israeli government is in talks, or there is a government that is in talk with the Congolese government on how the Gazans will come to Congo or settle or relocate to Congo. You guys, tell me what you think about this, because it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, we have Congo is a troubled nation. We have how many people? Almost 7 points, or it was 6.9 million people internally displaced in Congo. But the Congolese government, and I'm saying rumor has it, that the Congolese government is in talks with someone to help the Gazans relocate to Africa and, of course, settle where? In Congo, of course. And it's just crazy. The African love and generosity. Why are we so welcoming like this? And you know very well that, okay, there's a war. There's a war in Gaza. There's a war in Palestine. Yes, people are dying. Of course, these people, it needs to be helped. But do you think that African people are the first people to be reacting to this? Because we have always been the first people to be reacting to this war. Do you think that that is our work or our call? Of course it's not, because when you are in war, you know, this Congo that is now in talks on how to relocate these people to Africa, we have its own people dying. They are dying every day. But have you seen the Palestinians talk about that? No. Have you seen even the Israeli talk about that? No. But you're so willing to welcome them to come and settle in your country, knowing very well even your people cannot find peace in your country. Man, this is just crazy. And African people, this love and generosity is always the problem. I think we better stop loving too much. We need to stop loving too much because we're loving the wrong people. We are loving the wrong people. We need to love right if it's loving, because tell me very well, we've had even war in Sudan. Have you ever heard the Palestinians talk about the war in Sudan? No. Have you ever heard them talk about the war in Africa? No. They always don't talk about it. But why is it that when there is the war in other continents, it's always Africans talking about it? Can you put on a kid?
What's up, Isana, Katie? How are you this morning?
I am fine. How are you?
Is it cold? You got your whole fur coat on. Is it cold in there?
No, it's not. It's part of the grip.
Okay, well, I'm saying, yeah, they're being forced to do it, Katie. That Congo is a puppet state of the people that started the war of the small hats. And so, why would you bring people that are racist towards Africans into your country? Wouldn't it make sense? That would cause more destabilization in your country. Why would you bring these Palestinian Arabs who hate African people there? It wouldn't even make any sense. But since Congo is a puppet state of the very same people who were genociding the Palestinians, they don't have any say. Because this wouldn't make any sense. Why would I bring people in my house who don't even like me? What? Why would I bring people in my house that can't stand me, Katie? They don't even like me. I'm gonna say, come over to my house for dinner, and then please stay.
It's only Africans who does that. It's
Yeah.
only Africans. We love the wrong people. This generosity and love is so surprising that we love everyone.
Those
We
are
don't
white
even
people.
look
Why? They're the Congo. Why they not getting other Arab countries? Why not Morocco? Why not Algeria? Why not Tunisia? Why not Egypt? That's where you go. The land that you stole. Those are your Arab brothers. Go there. Go to UAE. Go to Saudi Arabia. But Africa, no. Doesn't make any sense. Because this is always a scam they have to bring other people. Because the Africans are docile and stupid. Bringing some more white people to take over their stupid asses and start controlling the country. Why the hell is Congo? No. Go to Morocco. Not Congo. Go to Libya. Go to Algeria. Those are your people. Go there. What are you talking about?
They won't go there. Of course, they won't be welcomed over there, but they know very well in Africa, we will get there. We have the puppet president presidents who are always willing to welcome us and who will love us. And this is what is happening. And it's so crazy that Rwanda, Congo, has been accused of claims of plotting on how to bring these people to Africa.
Yeah, because the Africans, first of all, you worship white people, and secondly, the countries are all puppet states. No one would even do this. Wouldn't make sense. You got Tunisia killing Africans because they're Africans. Send them to Tunisia. Send them over there. They come up there, they're demographic. They don't want to change by African black people. Send the Palestinians to Tunisia. That's their people. They're all Arabs, or fake Arabs. Because they are fake Arabs. White people claim to be Arabs. Okay, send them there. Send them there. But, oh, am I? Uh-oh. Okay, if I'm breaking up.
Yeah, you are breaking.
You got it, Katie. So I'm breaking.
You know why these people are coming to this? Okay, I'm saying that it's only Africans who are always willing to welcome these people to their lands. And remember, these people are super racist. These people hate you. And remember, even in these countries, in Palestine, there is a region where it's only for black people. There is a racial segregation up to date, but you're so willing to welcome them to your countries and love them so well. But anyway, it is only in Africa. I have a video to show you guys about the whole accusation. So in case you are there with us on TikTok, you can come to YouTube and watch the video with us. But the audio is very audible, so you can also stay on the TikTok side and listen to the audio. Here's the video and enjoy.
Rwanda, Congo, and Chad deny claims of talking with Israel to take in
can be on the same page. But at the end of the day, you know why this is happening? It's because we're so loving. Africans are so loving. Africans are so welcoming. And Africans are always willing to welcome anybody, no matter who they are. They don't care about what they did, how they are. They are always willing to welcome you.
With Israel to take in displaced Palestinians, Rwanda, Congo, and Chad placed from the war-torn Gaza Strip, citing the latest fake news campaign from
in and out. Let me see.
Israel. The Rwanda Foreign Ministry circulated a disinformation alert against the Zman Yisrael, an Israeli news outlet, and the Times of Israel's Hebrew sister site that had claimed accept thousands of Palestinians from
Anyway, as we get to continue, there's no smoke without a fire. So this is not just a rumor. And with them coming and denying the whole thing, it means that these people are guilty and they held those talks. Rwanda, Congo, and Chad. These people, they are having those talks and they are willing to take in these people. And the fact that Kagame received the funds to bring Europeans or the asylum seekers from UK or from Europe, it means that he can also do the same. He can bring those people or the IDPs or the refugees or whomever they call them
What do you see, Katie? That that these white Arabs don't want African people in North Africa. Why are you letting the white Arabs come down into Africa itself proper, for the Congo, send their ass up to North Africa where the people are at? The Palestinians are Arabs. So send them to Egypt. Send them to damn Tunisia. Send them to Algeria. Send them to Morocco. Send them to Iraq. Send them to Iran. Well, Iran's not Arab. Send them to Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. All these other places they can send them. Besides the Congo, Bahrain. But they pick Africa. Because it's always to embed these white people with African people. Send them to their own goddamn people. The answer be no. Hell no. Hell fuck no.
And by the fact that this has been discussed, and now we have these governments, we have the Rwandan government, we have the Congolese government, and we have the Chadian government coming and saying that is misinformation. There's nothing like that. It already says that these people, they already held those talks, and they cannot even come and say, yes, we are doing that. Just like the way we had Kagame taking in the asylum seekers from the UK. He didn't even come and say that we received money, so we need to take these people. And there was a time I disclosed how much he received, and he didn't tell the people of Rwanda how much he received to take those asylum seekers. So at the end of the day, this is a plan, and they are planning on how to deploy these people. And you know the same thing. We have Ethiopians demonstrating on the Ethiopia. We have Somalians demonstrating on Ethiopia-Somaliland deal. But right now, we can't have Congolese and Rwandese people demonstrating and the Chadians demonstrating about the whole issue. I believe once these people start aliving your country, start demonstrating, start beating them, chasing them outside your country, because the government will do everything to make sure that these people are in your country. Start treating them with hostility. Because at the end of the day, those people don't belong there, and they are coming to terrorize your country. And they were not able to live in their own countries. Right now, they want to come and terrorize Africa, and you're going to let them come. This is so bad. This is so bad. I shout out to Omosh Lutu. I see you. I see the next. Keep your mic is so noisy. Thank you very much for muting the mic. So I'm saying that at the end of the day, we as Africans, we are the ones to say no to this, because the presidents will do everything as possible to make sure that these people come to Africa. So if we are demonstrating on this that we are not supposed to be demonstrating on, we should be demonstrating on this. If these Arabs come to our country, we treat them with the hostility, we beat them up until they leave. Those people are not our friends. They were not able to live in their countries, and right now they want to come and terrorize Africans. And the war that is happening between those two countries, it's not our call. It's not our call as Africans to mediate. So let's not act like it's our call, like it's our war. We have our own wars right here in Africa that we are not even able to help. But we want to go outside there and become like we're always the helper of the enemies. It's just crazy. But anyway, let me continue with this video, and I guess I'll just go back to the start, because I stream at people. So let's get back.
African news. Rwanda, Congo, and Chad deny claims of talking with Israel to take in displated online claims that they have engaged in any discussions with Israel concerning the potential acceptance of Palestinians displaced from the war-torn Gaza Strip, Citing the latest fake news campaign from Israel, the Rwanda Foreign Ministry circulated a disinformation alert against the Zman Yisrael, an Israeli news outlet, and the Times of Israel's Hebrew sister site, that to accept thousands of Palestinians from Gaza. No such discussion has taken place either now or in the past, and the disinformation should be ignored. Earlier, Congo and Chad also denied holding talks with Israel about the forced displacement of Palestinian media. There has never been any form of negotiation, discussion, or initiative between Kinshasa and Israel on the alleged reception of Palestinian migrants on Congolese soil. The Congolese government's Thursday. In its report, the Times of Israel asserted that Congo is willing to take in Palestinians. Quoting from a senior source in the Security Cabinet, it claimed that Congo will be willing to take in migrants, and we're in talks with others. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's coalition is conducting secret contacts for accepting thousands of immigrants from Gaza with Congo, in addition to other nations. The report read, earlier, Benjamin Netanyahu did say he supports the idea of getting rid of Palestinians from Gaza, but added that they first needs to find countries that are willing to absorb them.
Mm-hmm. And that's going
Let
to be
us know in the comments below.
So it is Africans that are going to be used to absorb the Palestinians. This is just crazy. Can't you see they are using us as dumping sites when they don't want people? They just come and dump them to us. The ones they cannot get rid of, they think of now where they can dump them. Because they tried getting rid of those, they were not able to. I feel like they are not able to get rid of all of them, and this is why they have a plan of bringing them to Africa. Man, this is just crazy. Africans, let's say no to this. Especially Congo, Rwanda. These people, hey, these puppet presidents, man, they are doing so much. They are doing so much. And this is so bad because they are going to bring the terrorism that is in their countries. But anyway, you can tell me what you think about the whole incident as we get to continue with our show for today. I see Susie Staff is with us. Karibu sana. And thank you very much for tapping the screen. Jaboya, thank you very much. Missy Karim, asante sana for being with us. And at the end of the day, I feel like if we come together, or these two countries, Congo and Rwanda, but there's an enmity between the two countries that was created by the presidents. And, you know, I keep on saying that these African presidents always create wars for us. They always create wars for us. It's, you know, I might not hate any Rwandan, but I'm a Congolese, and I remember there's a war between these two countries where we have the Rwandan president being accused of causing war and funding the M23 rebel group. So there's a war between the two countries. So if we even tell the people to come together, it's very hard. It's very hard because the two presidents caused war even for their citizens. But I see Susie Steph is saying, watching from Germany, shout out to you and thank you very much. I see hey, I see Hamani, I see all the DJ Go Jegeze and Jazze, sorry, DJ Go Jazze. I see you in the building, Karibu Sana, and to everyone who is there with us, Asanteni Sana for keeping it the Black Fire Network. So as I get to wind up with the whole story, I feel like even if we tell the Congolese and the Rwandan brothers and sisters to come together, it might be very hard for them because there's an enmity between the two countries already created, not by them, but it was created by the two presidents. So at the end of the day, it's very hard for them to unite and say no. But Chadians can do this. You can do this even independently. We don't need these Arabs. We don't need more. We have enough Arabs in Africa, and we need to start chasing them out one by one because Africa doesn't belong to them. So if we continue welcoming them, they are going to be empowered and they are going to even fight us and now start removing us from Africa. Well, we know very well that Africa is our homeland. But anyway, family, I think we shall wrap it up right there. And to all those who just joined us, or to all those who are just joining us, asanteni sana. I hope you did get to enjoy our conversation of the day. We were talking about different matters, and we talked about African love and generosity that surprises the world. And on that topic, this is why we mentioned rumors of Rwanda, Congo, and Chad are willing to take in Palestinians from Palestine and also the Gazans. And I see Susie Steph is saying that Germany is also against. They are not willing to welcome them. Of course, the white people don't want them there. But now, when they don't want them there, they come to dump them right here in Africa. And it's not right because Africa has become a dump site where they dump their second-hand clothes. They dump even the people they don't want. And they call them asylum seekers in Africa, where they force us to give them free education, free citizenship, and it's not right. I don't feel like it's right. Good morning to you too, Derek. Askio Asante Sana for joining us. But you joined in later. We are leaving. Shout out to Rog. Hey, your name is so hard. Helga Soya. Thank you very much for joining us. And to the rest of the silent listeners, asanteni sana. I'm hoping that you have enjoyed the conversation. Our show.
All right, goodbye, you mosquito and Sam.
You scared me. I was like, where is that noise coming from? For a minute, I forgot you are here.
It's coming from Jesus. I'm here to help you, Katie.
I see Jagoya is saying it's good you're talking about this. We have to wake up as young Africans. Yes, we do. We need to wake up to see the madness that is happening around us and say no to this. We are the future of Africa, and we are the only people that can bring unity in Africa, that can bring the revolution in Africa, because we've always lived a life that has been like directed or has been planned for us, but it's time to say no to that. It is not. Right now is the time to say no to that as young people. But I see Susie Staff is saying thank you, you too, dear. Thank you to you too, and asante sana. You guys, I'm leaving you. Enjoy the rest part of your day, but remember to catch us live on the next show of the Rhythm Scoop Show. We will be back in the next few minutes, so keep it the Blackout Fire Network. Enjoy the rest part of your day.
Greetings and salutations, man, David and Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. And tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Kaji.
Dakia niambia nikiamba dina leo ni tujere na tungebuka yetu leo mindo temena kuna Mariam na chani mbishi kipeso na tuasiri pen kifo imecha moshi kila sana ikachipita nikana hasma nikana kimbia mita kila kitu oni wanadai mimi mzizi nikana lazima kushika mzizi ulikuwa poa before kutinga ulikuwa na uko kashindwa kulipa sasa unaroroa unajiona umefika headshot nikana lipa poa kupiga hapo ukibonga mbaya unazauliwa hiyo kibanja sana utashukiwa tulia usiforce baraka utafikiwa silkanga na roka au nasikiza siwa unalala kwa mtaro na moko alibamu unasikia una moko kwanza sema no tuyo ujinga
unapita singi la pesa mfukoni ukifika sini not performing
kwanza sema no tuyo ujinga
hakuna kitu dondo kucha unione I'm the wrong don I'm not that lonely hata kama ni show you got